So YouTube have just announced that they generate revenue of around about $15 billion a year. And you obviously want a piece of that pie, and we're going to help you do that with some channel audits. Let's do this.
VidIQ.
VidIQ.
VidIQ.com.
Hello. Welcome back to the VidIQ Tuesday channel audit live streams with your host, Rob, here at VidIQ, educating you on your YouTube journey. As always, I could not do this live stream without our wonderful guest hosts who are in the hot seats today. First of all, welcoming, as always, in his wonderful, lavish apartment, it is Travis. That may change over the course of this live stream as he decides if he wants to move house or not. Travis, say hello to your wonderful community.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, that's right. Ladies and gentlemen, I have found some random home in my neighborhood. I am live streaming.
He just moved all his gear in and he's live streaming from there. So if you want to swat him, is that the term?
Oh, what I told you. That
all right, if you
my house, so no, don't.
If you don't want to do that, then say hello to Dan. Dan, is your cat still in attendance here in the background?
For now, once I start talking, she'll be disturbed and walk away.
Folks, if you want to give Dan's cat a new name for the live stream, please do. It is that weird black thing in the back. There's no face, no tail, no paw. It just looks sinister.
She's curled up.
For me. Absolutely terribly sinister. Anyway, we've said hello to ourselves. Let's say hello to the wonderful audience here. That includes the following. We have Magdalena Helen in the house. Thank you for moderating as always. Amazing Everyday, Despicable Gamer YT, Joe Plays, Tony XY, Tarhan Katak. I hope I spelt your name, I pronounced your name somewhere near right there. Drago Plays, Lemon Goofball, and it's going too fast now, other than the artist Heaven as well, and Paul Pet Drywall also moderating in the house. Travis, Dan, just have a go at it. See what you can do with these usernames. It's going far too fast.
Weird Wild Pizza, Apollo Plays, Quartz, Green Light,
Him as well.
Curtis 04, Skirix, Oxcord, and Real Gamers.
Absolutely. And Dan, who else have we got in the house?
We have Tony, Sickler, VR Lad, Gaming. Oh, nope. Amazing Everyday. Excuse me. Weird something. Weird name. PXR. Tony something. Yeah. A lot of names.
All of the somethings in the house as always. Thank you for joining. And I just want to say, folks, I don't know what's happened to YouTube this week, but for some reason, they have strapped a rocket booster to our live streams, all of our previous live streams that we do here every Tuesday, and they are going ballistic with views, watch time, and all sorts of things. And so we can only say thank you to all of you who continue to support and share VidIQ every single week, because you must have an impact on what's going on here. That really is appreciated. And I think I'm going to do maybe a video on this, because it's baffled me all week how suddenly these live streams are being promoted, but it just goes to show you should never unlist private your videos, because at any point, any time, they could really explode. With that being said, though, you want your channels audited, and this is a little bit how it works every single week. VidIQ channel audits are all about helping you become better YouTubers. To submit your channel for possible review, in the video description of this live stream, there is a link that will take you to this simple form. Fill it out, and prior to the stream, we will pick out several channels for review. Channel audits are free. We offer them as part of the VidIQ YouTube service, and we can't be bribed. While super chats are always welcome, they will not buy you a channel audit. We do not want to create a financial barrier to this weekly community get-together. The live chat exists so that you can all converse with the community. Don't ask for channel audits. During a live stream, the hosts don't have time to read them, and moderators will put you in timeout. And speaking of moderators, I wanted to personally thank each and every one of you for supporting us every single week to make sure that this show gets up and running. It really is appreciated. We get hundreds of submissions every single week, and unfortunately we can't audit every channel. To ensure your channel has a fair chance each week, we purge the list, and after we audit pre-selected channels, we randomly choose which channels get audited. We only have so much time in a day to audit your channels, but if you download the VidIQ extension, our 24/7 channel audit tool will offer you tailored advice specific to your YouTube channel. If you haven't already done so, download VidIQ for free today. A link is in the video description. If you submit your channel, expect constructive criticism. We assume you want to grow your audience on YouTube, and that is what our advice is based on. Appreciate that we are viewing your channel for the first time. If we get something wrong, we didn't do it on purpose. It may be that your messaging and branding isn't doing the job it's supposed to do. And make sure to listen to the advice we give to all channels, not just yours. Test everything. Some strategies will work better for some channels, whilst it won't work for some channels at all. Always review the data YouTube gives you and then test again. We always appreciate it when you click on the thumbs up button. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell so that you know when we next go live. And do us a favour, folks, if you do find this live stream useful, share it with at least one other video creator who you think could benefit from our advice. Are you ready? Let's do this. And that is how your live stream works every single Tuesday here at VidIQ. Thank you to Sickler Gaming for the $1 super chat there. Really appreciate it. And also Smart Test Drives, who just sent us a $10 super chat. We'll go through his super chats later, of course. And as I've already said, they don't guarantee you a channel audit, but we do appreciate them nonetheless. One more thing as well that we don't say in that introductory video. You can see in the bottom right-hand corner now, it says hashtag channel audit. We have claimed this hashtag for ourselves on Twitter. The reason being, we want you to create the most inventive, funny, comedic tweets that stop us as we're scrolling through the feed, and we may choose a channel based on that tweet and audit it. Here's generally how that works. Include the hashtag channel audits, because that's what we're going to be searching through. The live stream link to this live stream and your own channel link as well. Just to give you an idea of how this generally looks, we had one person an hour before the live stream trying to get their channel audited with this lovely little dog begging. Right now I hate Jasper, my own dog, so that's not going to get you anywhere. But anything a bit more inventive is really going to work for us. I find my lack of channel audits disturbing. We quite enjoyed that one from last week. There's one from Chunk of the Goonies. Here's me as Superman. All those fantastic tweets. If you do a similar one this week and it stops us from scrolling as we go through these later on, you may be picked. And we'll pick the first one in 20 minutes. So get your inventive, creative juices flowing and post something there for the live stream. With all of that being said, we're going to go back to the ones that are being submitted through the channel audit link submission form, which means that I ask Dan and Travis, are you both ready to start receiving some channel audits?
Yes.
And can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yes.
All right then. Then, after I just press this button, which ensures that we are doing some channel audits, the first channel that sends us a audit submission every single week as soon as we set the live stream public is the channel that gets reviewed first, and that channel is RE B Reactions, a channel with 1,500 subscribers already. Congratulations to you. And I think Travis and Dan, let's start with the thumbnails here. Of a general sort of look and feel of a channel, because I think this is simple but bold and striking, and it really appeals to his potential audience. What do you reckon?
Go ahead, Dan.
Me or me? Okay. I agree with that. I say all of these thumbnails really stand out quite a bit, and that's really cool. And it looks like the views are pretty consistent. I am seeing some of the like ratios are kind of low, which is interesting. So
some videos not necessarily reacting as well for his audience than others, maybe. I'd agree with you in terms of the text is used, but the text is sort of really clear. It stands out. It's very clear, and we'll probably see in later thumbnails just how much text can impact a thumbnail. And I think in these, and it's used, although it is big on screen, it's like only maybe 2 or 3 words, they can have a real impact. Dan, go ahead.
I was going to say, the one thing that stands out here is I don't know what the channel is about other than the YouTube channel itself.
Yes. Okay. So that is a good point. What can we see in the titles? I'm seeing like a lot of reacting. So I think this creator is reacting to certain things, whether it be gaming or maybe famous creators. Travis, I know at this point you'd be saying, well, let's have a look at the about section and see if we can get any idea here what's going on. So reaction videos, watching people reacting to popular cringe content. So is this guy reacting to others reacting to content. It's almost like breaking the fourth wall there, kind of type scenario.
Probably
He's
not.
12 years old. He can't be on YouTube. Cancel.
Uh-oh.
Actually, you're not supposed to be on YouTube if you're under 13.
That is a good point. That is a good point. but we'll say he turned 13 today. So happy birthday! You just haven't updated your about section. Travis, what are you thinking just generally about this channel?
Yeah, it's super bright. It definitely is going to stop you from scrolling. You have no, and again, that's what kind of thumbnails are for, is to stop people from scrolling. So that's kind of cool. I think the one thing that he'll have to pay attention to is the click-through rate on different thumbnails and see which kind of style works.
Yeah.
Like we can sit here and look at it and take a guess, but really his the people that are watching it are the people that are going to matter. You'd be amazed at like how some of these thumbnails that we might think are not awesome are actually like super awesome. So for me, I go for it. Let's see what the thumbnails now. I do have one question, which is really interesting. I don't know if the timing's kind of weird. His last video is celebrating 1,000 subscribers from yesterday, and he already has 1,600. So I don't know if that's a delayed video.
Ooh,
or if he just really
interesting
moment, or like what's going on. So unsure.
That is a good spot. That is, yeah, it's something odd going on there. I did not see that.
Not sure if that's just, I was reacting to my 1,000 subscribers I got a month ago, or literally yesterday I had 1,000 and today I have 1,600. Yeah. Wow.
I mean, the views would tend to suggest that this is a channel just in the 1,000 to 1,500, which is fine. What it looks to be here is that when you're reacting to YouTubers of status or popularity, they tend to do a little better, such as Guava Juice and Miranda Sings. So I think you are tying in your reaction content to popular YouTubers, so I think that's a good strategy to continue going forward. But I think generally speaking, for a channel where the creator is really quite a young creator, the standard of the thumbnails is super high quality. I think fantastic, and this is like a channel that's kind of operating in already the thousands of subscriber landmark, I would say. And look at how committed the creator is as well. In the last year, they've created 50 to 100 videos, and every single one of these thumbnails I think is of a high quality. So I think a good start for you. Maybe just continue to focus on which of the videos are going to operate best for your channel. But that is REB kicking off our first channel this week, and the next one we're going to move on to is Pokimaniac 101 Maniac. Is it Manic Maniac 101 with 54 subscribers? Family friendly gaming. Okay, what makes it family friendly gaming? Dan, let's chime in here with some gaming feedback.
Yeah, so this is Pokimaniac, and I don't mean to correct you, but
correct me all you want, because folks know that I'm terrible at pronouncing channel names.
The reason it's important in this case is because the channel implies it's a Pokemon channel, and they've mixed in a lot of Minecraft content along with some other games as well. So that's the first thing that I noticed with this channel, was that the name itself makes me think I'm just going to get Pokemon content. So obviously that's here, but yeah, Minecraft as well. The banner, which you already kind of touched on, what kind of gaming would be kind of an interesting thing to add to it. I do appreciate that it says family friendly gaming.
Mm-hmm.
That's always good. You kind of know what you're getting. You know you're getting a content creator that's not going to swear, and it's okay to like have this on if your kids are in the room. That's good. But what kind of games? I see kind of like a Minecraft sheep crushing somebody. I'm not sure what that is in the banner. And then the other thing too was the thumbnails. I don't think these are custom thumbnails. These look like
they do look to be screen grabs, don't they? Certainly, I know certainly that Zelda
nice
one
ones.
is. Yeah,
some nice ones for sure. And the last thing I noticed too, for my piece of advice for this channel, would be custom thumbnails, and then some more consistency in the content, because it's a little bit hard to tell how often you upload. It looks like you get maybe 5 or 6 videos a month in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, a little bit scattered, I would say. So I would say if you're going to play Pokemon and Minecraft, if you want those to be your 2 games, make that clear from the start. Maybe change your name or banner, and then yeah, some consistency in the schedule and some testing of some thumbnails would be. I think that would go a long way for you.
I think this might be a good way to sum up the channel. I'm just seeing if I can find other videos, but I can't see them. So I'm a huge fan of Zelda: A Link to the Past because I've recently playing it on the Switch. So I see one here from, it must be a playthrough 4 months ago. Then the next one, I try and scroll up the thumbnails, I find the next one here is 2 months ago. So there was a 2-month gap between two of the same game, and then another month between another one of the Zelda ones. So if you're going to want to watch a playthrough of this person going through The Legend of Zelda, you're going to have to go through, 10 videos of other content and around 12 months worth of content to see this person play through it. And that's not going to engage a viewer for long enough. And I was also wondering, what on earth do these numbers mean? I assume they might be episode numbers.
That's what I was thinking.
Videos that they're watching, which I guess is one way of doing episode numbers. But we've talked before about where we should be including episode numbers in content. And I think this just confuses us a little bit. So yeah, I think a lot of things to think about here for the creator. And you've just finished making a video on uploading frequency as well on gaming channels. So expect to see that soon on the VidIQ channel. We'll move on next then. How did you pronounce that then? Was it Pokimaniac? Pokimaniac 101. Moving on to the next channel. It is Moss6510 Models. I think, Travis, you picked this one because you said, hey, this is a neat one. So let's have a look at it. What do you think about the channel name, first of all? Is that like a serial number for certain types of models, or is it a non-memorable channel name that people would struggle to remember?
I'm not sure. That's the thing. So, we've talked about this before, where it's important to have a channel name that's memorable, easy to spell, something that someone is going to remember when they're, maybe at work and trying to explain this great, cool YouTube channel I saw this weekend. It's called Moss 8675309. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know, but it's something you should always consider when creating your YouTube channel name. Make it something simple, easy to remember, easy to spell. But I thought it was kind of a cool channel. I mean, I don't really do models, but I definitely have a appreciation for them. I think when you look at this channel, though, they're kind of hiding the hero. So, for example, that tank is probably really cool if it was a lot bigger. Like, it's hard to tell. You can kind of see it, and it looks cool from what I can see. But wouldn't it be cooler if the entire thumbnail was that tank? Yeah. That's all.
And maybe a section of it built as something, like you built a turret or something, and the box is there as well.
Yeah, or even a before and after. But how much of the screen is being used by a color that's irrelevant and kind of text that is not necessary? So I would definitely, especially when you're like, we've seen before and after work in many different niches. Like, you could show the box open with like the pieces and then the end result. But I think, quite frankly, for anything like this, just show the end result. Like, there's no reason not to.
I think this might be a better example, might it? Like, it's kind of an airplane. It's in the middle of construction, so there's something you need there. Again, maybe you don't need a text per se. Maybe if it was just that plane and the bits of it being constructed, it feels almost like a transformer the way it looks like.
That's exactly what I thought it was, and it would make me click it just from that thumbnail alone. Like, I'm interested in it, and I want to click it and see what's going on there.
I sense that the creator has understood the importance of the value proposition, but they're trying to crowbar it into all of their thumbnails. Like, how are you helping you become a better scale modeler? Probably don't need that in a thumbnail. Maybe the unboxing and review. Again, it might be stating the obvious a little bit, and a logo down there. I agree with Travis. You want to just remove this entire section, make this the hero, zoom it in, all of that type of stuff. But at the same time, I think we also appreciate that, experimenting a lot with thumbnails as well. Let's just sort by most popular. I was wondering if there was a theme or pattern to the content that might help this creator a little bit going forward. Looks like there's an outlier video about history of. This is a classic example of where the creator's done something a little bit different with their channel. It's gone viral for their channel. What do they do next? Because this doesn't really seem to tie into the model building stuff. What have we got here? So we got some more history of motorcycle stuff. Maybe you need to do a separate channel on that motorcycle documentary stuff, because that's done really well when you've actually done it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one of those things where, think about it like this, and we've talked about this many times before, but you never know. Maybe some people are watching the live stream that are not aware of this. But I've talked to many channels where they did one thing outside of their niche. Matter of fact, I talked to one yesterday where they did something outside of their niche. It blew up, and now they can't do anything on that channel that they want to do. It doesn't get any views. The only thing they get views are the things that are related to those videos that blew up. So now he's gonna have to create another channel for the content that he originally made for the channel that blew up with the wrong thing. So
yeah,
interesting conversation, but it's one I've had many times.
So airfix seems to be a common keyword that does well for your channel, like in the top 10 videos. I think you've used it 5 or 6 times. When you're able to leak information or like new information, trending information, that does well for the channel. So there's a few things I'm seeing there that are doing well. And I guess the question might be, based on your audience's response, is it a certain type of model that they enjoy, whether it's like larger scale ones, smaller scale ones, like the Star Wars one did well, and I see that plane ones tend to do well, and are they better than maybe car model ones? That might be something to think about as well there. Dan, Travis and I have sort of taken the lead on this one. Is there anything that you've noticed that maybe we haven't spot, or do you think we covered that pretty comprehensively?
I think you got it.
Yeah. All right then. So good luck there for your future model making. Moz 6510 models. And if you're enjoying this type of education, folks, we can spend maybe 5-10 minutes talking about different channels, and on the YouTube channel we have plenty of videos that come out every single week. But what if you want to go really in depth and start growing your channel and take it to its maximum potential? Well, this year we did launch the VidIQ Academy, and these are all the courses we currently have with the VidIQ Academy, including this Launch Your YouTube Channel in 30 Days, which, as you can see, has a 5-star rating, along with all of our other courses, which is brilliant. Travis, you got 5 stars on how to start your niche. Awesome, well done there.
I put a bunch of 5 stars on there, so I'm hoping.
Oh, well, of course, yeah.
Oh, did that go out over the stream? Oh, sorry.
Oh, whoops, sorry. Yes, no, we're not doing that. We're not manipulating our metrics. These are all genuine reviews that are very good. Dan is going to be featured in the Academy very soon because he's going to be doing a complete beginner's guide to starting a gaming channel sometime this year. So yeah, all of these courses are available through the Academy. And the best thing is, if you are a paid member of VidIQ Pro or Boost, the Academy comes with it. So it doesn't cost you any extra per se to all of the awesome stuff that we've been giving you already with VidIQ. There is a link in the description, of course, if you want to sign up for the VidIQ Academy. And stay tuned, because coming up in the next couple of months, we are going to be doing some gadget and equipment type courses, like the 101 of how to film YouTube content. So do stick around with that for that. We'll move on to the next channel that we're going to audit here, which is the Crafty Masterman. I think I pronounced that channel name correctly, Dan, and then they've cracked 1,000 subscribers. And it looks to be a Minecraft channel, I would guess, given the blocks that we can see. What are your thoughts on this one, Dan?
Yeah,
I'll scroll through the thumbnails a little bit.
I have to applaud this channel for doing a number of things. For one thing, they seem to be doing really, really well. They seem to have found their niche within a niche. If you know anything about Minecraft, one of the themes of Minecraft videos are redstone. Redstone is this really complex, simple yet complex wiring that you can basically use to build whatever you want.
Yeah.
And they are really capitalizing on making redstone tutorials, and their videos are doing, as you can see, relatively well in terms of viewership.
It's really good stuff. Some really good views here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just do a search for here, because every time I see the word piston in a title, which is like a certain thing, like look, 4,000. I mean, it doesn't always work. Sometimes you get 600 views, but like 4,000 views there. One here with 30,000 views. I don't know if that's like a niche within a niche type of thing, where they're really capitalizing on that keyword. But yeah, some good stuff there. Certainly for the channel of its size.
Yeah. The thing about this channel I want to really congratulate them on is their channel trailer kind of stopped me in my tracks as we were picking channels today. I sat there and watched it for a little bit, and this person, I can tell, probably a relatively young creator, but just entertaining and has a really good personality. I'm going to kind of keep my eye on this channel because I think they're going to go really far, really fast. I'm calling it now. But the piece of advice I would leave you with is the thumbnails are good. Some of them, I would say the contraptions don't translate too well. And I know when it comes to Minecraft Redstone, it's kind of hard sometimes to get like a good picture. But right in the middle of the Numbot neural network, there's a lot going on in thumbnails like that.
Yeah.
You might want to work on that a little bit. I would say you're not using too much text. There is some text, and I'm sure that is grabbing people's attention when it comes to like piston door. Oh, cool! I like secret hidden doors. I want to learn how to make this piston door. I think text in this case is okay, but maybe the actual picture in the thumbnail could be a little bit bigger, a little more obvious. I do like that IKEA bird one. That one's pretty funny.
I think they're already doing a good job though with thumbnails, are they? In the sense that what they're trying to do, none of these are just screenshots. There's a consideration going on here, and they're trying to work out what is going to be the most striking thumbnail, and then how can I introduce a little bit of text into each of these. So I think for a channel of its size, I think they're already doing some good things. But as you say, there's just room for improvement here and there, isn't there?
Yeah. That was the only real criticism I could draw for this channel. I think they're doing very well. Congrats on 1,000 subscribers, and good luck.
I think for any Minecraft channel over 1,000 subscribers that's making content now needs to be applauded, because it's such a saturated market. And I guess the other thing I may suggest for creators, if they can, is more content. Like, they've only created 5 or 6 videos in the last month, and I guess the audience would likely want to see more if it's a gaming channel.
Right. The redstone contraptions are probably very hard. This person could be inventing their own, which would take a very long time.
I see. So there's a certain element of build required in it.
Yes.
But maybe they could double down on, because like if it's taking a long time to build, maybe like this one, how I made a giant piston Minecraft. Okay, then maybe there's a 10-minute video, but potentially they could do like a follow-up video where there's a time lapse of them building it, and it's like a separate video in itself. I'm just thinking of like being able to repurpose the content a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Cool. All right, that is Crafty Masterman. What do you reckon of that channel name, just by the way, Travis? Do you think that's a little more memorable than the ones that we've heard so far?
Yeah, I think it's kind of cool. I also like the fact that their little avatar is kind of a smaller version of the band.
Yeah, some nice stuff going on there. And congratulations on 1,000 subscribers. Hopefully you're on the way to monetization. Yeah, with 90,000, you're probably close to those 4,000 hours of watch time. But Travis might also say here, just tidy up your description a little bit. A bit about you, what's in it for the viewer, a few more keywords, because we do know that they are indexed in search. Next channel is Wonderlust. This channel has coming up to 200 subscribers. And let's see, from the channel banner, is this a video about a man's love of a wolf? I'm going to guess not, but that's just how the channel banner presents itself to me. Looking at the thumbnails, it feels like there's some adventure going on here. And I'm trying to rattle my head around the use of the word wonder and wander. In terms of how he's trying to, it feels like this is a channel where somebody is wandering through the wildlife and that type of area, and like maybe doing commentary on it. I had to go to the about section as well just to work out a little bit more what this channel was about. It was a fascination of the natural world and its inhabitants, and appreciation for wildlife. And this is where I found it. I had to sort by most popular, but I'm sure there's one video where I work out that he is a wildlife biologist or something along those lines, but I couldn't quite figure it out. I've been sort of going through this now for about a wildlife biologist. So 5 things you learned. It's one of the most popular videos. And I guess I don't get that strong sense on the rest of the content. In that's what you do, especially in the channel banner, and how prevalent and strongly that is in the videos. I sort of missed that a little bit in translation of the content. What about you folks, Dan, Travis? How do you first interpret this channel?
The first thing that comes to mind for me is this person's going to do a vlog walking through different, outdoorsy kind of areas. And I guess I kind of have to dig deep. These titles are kind of long, so I need to look and see okay, you're hiking. If it's going to be a video about really gorgeous scenery and stuff, I think that should be represented in the thumbnail. If it's a vlog and you happen to be in a place, maybe you could get the title a little bit shorter, so it's a bit, because it's always like hiking somewhere, but what's the subject matter other than that, I guess, is my question.
Yeah. What about you, Dan? Travis?
Yeah, I think the fact that you had to work so hard to figure out what the channel's really about is the biggest problem. Because we're going to spend time doing it because we're doing a channel audit. But if someone who's just coming through and just wants to kind of, be entertained, can't exactly figure out what's going on, then it's unlikely they will spend that time doing that. So I think getting that real kind of core, kind of like, what are you doing? Like, what are you giving me? What as a viewer am I going to get from this? In a very clear and concise way is going to be the biggest win. Now, you probably have some really cool stuff, some really cool content. It looks like you're out there doing some really cool things with some animals and whatnot. But make it more clear. Like, are we going to look at buffalo? Or are we going to just look at water on a lake somewhere? Are you going to talk to me about life and all the secrets of it? Like, I don't know. So it'd be great to have a very strong understanding of what I'm going to get when I come here.
It looks like the particular niche right now in this nature content is following, like, I guess, like a buffalo herd, maybe in its migration period, because pretty much 80% of your top 10 videos are on the buffalo or the bison. So that's where you were going really quite well with the content. So I don't know how easy it is to follow up on that content. Maybe you can only do it at certain times of the year. But yeah, maybe it feels to me, and maybe I'm sure this isn't intentional from the creator, but there's a bit of aimless sort of content in one sense, in that we kind of see what the content is about, but does it excite me enough to maybe click on them? I guess this might be a good example. Wander in Wonder 12, Wandering the Plains. Is that an exciting enough title and thumbnail to make me want to click on it? Unless I'm really invested in you and your journey as of today. And maybe that's not quite the case yet because of your relatively small channel. I think maybe the focus needs to shift a little bit more to the nature and the wildlife itself, rather than you, potentially. I just think in the titles and the thumbnails, I think certainly once you get into the storytelling in your videos, then your personality and your story can come out a lot more. But I'm just wondering if maybe that's where there might be a struggle to connect to the audience just now. I could be wrong though. I think I'm just sort of trying to formulate the best way forward for this channel.
I think one thing you need, like, for example, the -5, you scroll down, the under 0, where he's walking through the cold, -5 degrees. If I was at -5 degrees, I'm not smiling about nothing. So I think the kind of wonder and interest in being in something that's so cold, it would be more compelling if, like, is that icicles on his?
Yeah, see that I was thinking exactly the same thing, Travis. I would be zooming right in on the frozen tash. That, because that's of intrigue, I think.
100%. So definitely, like, go for that. Yeah. Anyway.
So lots of different thoughts coming in there for Wonderlust. We hope you can take some constructive stuff from that. I think it might be time to look at the Twitter feed and see what we've got going on here. Hopefully we've got some entertaining things. God, who's that guy again? I've forgotten his name.
Blake Shelton.
Blake Shelton. See, now we know who the music fan is here. Okay, let's have a scroll through. I don't know when we're going to pick one. Let's see. Oh, that's all right.
Aww.
I just like that one for being blunt about it. You're right. We hate you. We're not going to pick you. I think I'm happy to go with this one. What do you reckon, guys?
I think
all right, that's the type of British humour that's going to work with me in terms of auditing channels. So we're looking at SE CyberSafe here. Congratulations on your 200 subscribers. Okay, the channel banner is a bit busy. I think you need to turn all of this gubbins, I'm going to call it, into a value proposition that nicely ties everything into maximum 6 words and a sentence, not just bullet points. So you do cybersecurity, online safety tips, techs and innovation ideas, vlogs. So I will be thinking these two contents ideas, disconnected from the above two. I think you've got to go all in on one or the other. And my thought would be is you're probably stronger in the cybersecurity space, and that's where I will be focusing your content. Travis, what do you think about the thumbnails? I mean, you're a bit of a techie channel. Can you really work out what this channel's trying to tell us in their thumbnails? Because they look a bit chaotic and busy.
I'm actually friends with someone who has a cybersecurity and internet security channel. They have like 500,000 subscribers. So I would highly recommend doing a look at other security channels that are doing the content that you want to do, and look at their thumbnails. I like the one with the scam, the top 10 scams people. Like, that's kind of neat. Like, got the little robber in there. Like, that's kind of cool. But even that one, if you look at all, they're all very busy and kind of overwhelming. And that might just be too much. The where you scammed is a good one. You got the kind of the facial expression, and you got the where you scam, like that type of thing. I think is going to get people to click. But some of these are very, very busy. So one of the top things I always say is go look at the leaders in your niche, look at their thumbnail style, look at the type of titling they're doing, and then look at one of their popular videos and read their comment section. One of the things that a lot of people don't realize is one of the biggest and coolest and easiest hacks to figuring out how to get people to watch your videos is go to a comment section of a popular video, look at what people liked, look at what they time stamped, look at what they are making fun of, or in a joking way or something. Like, look at those things, and you will find like the secret sauce of making a good video.
Yeah, it almost feels as if with this creator, they've started from scratch with every single thumbnail. So they all look completely different, but they all suffer from the same problem, which is too busy or too chaotic. But I agree. Maybe what's the name of the security channel that you're?
HK5 and the number 5.
Sorry, say that again.
HAK and the number 5.
You keep cutting out just as you're saying it. One more time.
HAK.
HAK.
And the number 5. So HAK.
Ah, right. Okay. Hack 5. Okay, there we are. So let's see how this channel is maybe focusing their content. They could do with better thumbnails as well. I must admit.
But it's straight to the point. Like, it's boom, yeah. But they are getting the views though.
Yeah, they certainly are. Yeah, they must be one of the leaders in the cyberspace market.
Yeah. I don't know exactly how long, but yeah. But here's the other thing: you could look at this and go, okay, well, I could probably do a better job of thumbnails than those. And over, and hey, listen, that's great. Now you will find there's a lot of niches where thumbnail styles succeed either in spite of themselves or it's what the expectation is. So Bitcoin, like any Bitcoin thumbnail is busy as heck, right?
Yeah.
And we might go, oh, you want to clean it? Well, not necessarily, because if that's what people are clicking on in your niche, that's what you need to be doing. So you really need to be looking at your niche and see what kind of things people are doing. Like I said, if you go to Bitcoin, most of those look very similar to each other, and they're not like our standard good looking thumbnails, but it works in that niche.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, and I guess just a couple more things to say is that you are still relatively new to YouTube, and the fact that you're experimenting with lots of different thumbnails I think is a good sign. It's trying to jump on some trending topics with like Windows 7 support ending there, which was good. Didn't take off this time, but don't let that hold you back from trying to do it again. It can take several attempts to find a trending topic and really latch onto it. So I'm pleased to see that. So yeah, SE CyberSafe, thank you for the tweet. We enjoyed it. We don't hate you anymore. We love you, and we hope you've taken some useful feedback from our channel audits. And the next channel we're going to audit is Samuel Durham. Now I think maybe Jeremy and I audited this channel a long time ago, but it feels like this channel has pivoted to I think it's book reviews, generally speaking. When I look at the thumbnails, and we're talking about the man who read everything, I love the book, I love the movie. All right, there's one about favorite album covers, non-fiction, Booker Prize, best booktubers of 2019. I do feel a book vibe certainly going on most of the time. And for 528 subscribers, you look like you have a fairly consistent audience here, like 300 views, like 500 views, really consistent. So it's great to see that your community is really liking most of the content that you do. You just have to work out whether you want to put in videos such as album covers, because those look as though they don't connect with your audience so much. And you've also taken a big break as well. There's only 2 videos in the last month, whereas you're creating content on a consistent basis. The one question I would ask here, Dan and Travis, I'm happy to sort of argue for and against this. What do you think of the thumbnails in terms of their vibrancy? Because if we go back to the original channel that we looked at here, which was REB, for a certain audience, a younger audience, like lots of bright, Jeremy used to call this rainbow vomit colours, so it's really in your face. Do you think a creator who's probably looking at a more, I don't want to say sophisticated audience, because that's a different audience, maybe more mature, maybe one that's not looking for something that they might perceive as clickbaity. I'm just wondering what your thoughts are. Do you think these thumbnails work, or maybe the creator needs to tone them down a little bit?
I would say that, just out of my personal opinion, for something I would personally click on, a little more saturation would go a long way, I think. And what I'm referring to specifically is they're all split shots. It's like text and a yellow background on the left, and then his face on the right. It just feels like, I guess, the shot on the right of his face is always just a little bit desaturated, and maybe that works, maybe because it draws your eye to the text before the personality. But I don't. You could argue whether that's a good thing or not. Actually, I like these thumbnails better here in the middle. For some reason, they just seem to pop more. I don't know what that is. Do you see that?
It's because the text, I think, is more plain, whereas I think in these ones there's like changes in angle or changes in color and a lot and font changes of fonts, whereas here
here's what I'll say.
Yeah,
sometimes he's holding a book. I guess I would test this if I was a book channel. Why not put the cover of the book more prominently in all the thumbnails, or the movie, whatever it is for that video?
Yeah,
that's just my opinion.
Yeah, no, I would go along with that. I would agree. And maybe, although maybe the creator it wants to have the bookcase in the background, maybe that is a little bit too distracting, because the creator is so close to the background, it's not blurred out. So there's no blur of like depth of field. So the thumbnails maybe look a little flat. And then again, I think this is a good example here, where so he's got a phone in his hand, but the phone is reflecting the bookcase in the background, so it's just a little bit more difficult to see. And I guess I think a much better way would have been to have just you holding a phone with a YouTube symbol in the middle of it, and maybe one book surrounding it, or something along those lines.
Yeah, I would say if you could get in front of a big bookcase and blur it out, that would definitely make you pop off the background. That's probably what's tricking my eyes, because I think that would help. I think that would help a ton. And I think that this strategy might be doing okay, because the views are very consistent with the way you're doing thumbnails. But
following the sort of trending topics, and I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, I think the book cover, at least for a test, should be, kind of front and center for just try it out.
Yeah. Travis, give us one thought on this channel.
I personally like the most recent thumbnail over the others.
Right.
A little bit of the book and stuff. But I mean, ultimately, check the click-through rate. It'll tell you everything.
Absolutely. We'll move on to the next channel, which is Power Couple Gaming. First of all, congratulations on hitting 1,000 subscribers. Second of all, this is a foreign language channel, so I always start to say at this point, the thumbnail should be have as much of a universal language as possible. In other words, no matter what language you speak, the thumbnail should stop you from scrolling and be able to tell us a little bit about the games. And I think these do, to a certain extent. I can see what game they're playing, which is Brawl Stars. There's a bit of a language in there which is throwing me off a bit, but that's nothing too much wrong with that. A lot of live streams going on here, so 2 hours, 4 hours, occasional video on demand stuff, but the live streams seem to be doing really well. For a channel with only 1,000 subscribers, to be getting 600 views on a 3.5 hour live stream. It's pretty good for my opinion, and you have that unique value proposition of being a gaming couple. So this isn't just one person covering games. You have a dynamic there of two people riffing off each other, and I think embracing that. I would say though, are you watching this live stream? Because you are currently live streaming right now. 14 people watching that. So yeah, if you're not watching this live stream, auditing your channel, shame on you. Dan, thoughts?
Yeah, so like you pointed out, a lot of live streams, but there is some videos in here that at least aren't labeled as live streams. So I'm guessing they are mixing in some video content here and there, which I think for a YouTube channel doing streams is a great idea. The streams do tend to do better than those videos.
Yeah, looks to be, doesn't it?
Yeah. And I wonder, and I don't know the language or anything, so I don't know what these videos are about, but I wonder if the videos you're making are just kind of maybe condensed versions of a stream where it's just you playing the game. If I were doing a live stream channel, my strategy would be play the game like you would, just play it. And then when you don't stream it, cover the game in a different way in the videos. So that's when you do a tutorial or a review or something along those lines. That would be, if I had a live streaming channel, that would be my strategy, hands down. And
yeah. They live stream a hell of a lot as well. It's like at least one live stream every day.
Yeah.
Pretty committed.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. There's just the sheer amount of live streams too is, it probably leaves very little time to make those videos. You could also test out highlight videos though. And I know that is more time after you're done streaming, but go in and find some of the best moments, make like a 5-minute, montage every now and again and try that out. But otherwise, I think there are live streaming channels with 1,000 subscribers. So that's awesome.
Yeah. Now, folks, if you'd allow me to indulge myself for 30 seconds.
Yeah, type in the chat.
Where's the chat gone? Yeah, I was going to tell them in the chat. They've a disabled chat. Yeah.
What?
Interesting.
That's a shame. Okay.
Stop.
I'll have to do it in the comments.
No, yeah, they stopped streaming. There.
Okay. Let me just get my spelling right and all of that. There we go. All right, let's move on to the next channel, which is the Great British Coin Hunt. Okay, what I want to do with this is we have two coin channels that Travis and I picked. So we're going to audit these two channels together. We have Penny Heaven and we have the Great British Coin Hunt. So this channel has 8,000 subscribers. Penny Heaven has 600 subscribers. We'll start, first of all, with the Great British Coin Hunt here. Just gives our general impressions here. And the first thing I'm going to say, and what we would always say, is that if you're going to be very explicit with what your channel is about, make sure that all of your content reflects that. So instead of having yourself holding a mug, maybe have a image of the coins that you're going to be talking about in the thumbnails. Like there's one here with the Falklands 50p coin, it looks like here. That's nice and front and center, so make sure you focus on that. And also, I don't know why, but this creator has used a lot of hashtags, an insane amount of hashtags in their titles. And I generally wouldn't recommend using hashtags in the titles as much as this, because even though people do search for hashtag search terms, when you actually search for them in the search results, you get weird results back. It's not always done in priority of the most popular content. It's done as the latest content. And the genuine truth is, as much as people search for hashtags on other social media platforms, they don't do it anywhere near as much on YouTube. And if I was going to summarize your channel best, it would be by going to your most popular video and going to this video here, which is the top 10 rarest 50p coins in Great British Coins. So your channel is about the Great British Coin Hunt. Your most popular video basically says exactly on the tin what the video is about. And I think though the connection there is maybe a little lost on the rest of your content, such as breaking examples might be, let's just go to the most regular, the most recent ones again, in that we have Lunch with Ian. Okay, that's maybe for your community. What's it got to do with coins? This one here about the coin only, parcel opening. Again, I can't see a coin on screen. So I'm just there seems to be a bit of a disconnect here, certainly with telling YouTube what your content is about for your coin hunting. Now, I've talked a lot about this one, Dan and Travis, so I'll let you talk a little bit about Penny Heaven here in terms of what you can see.
Well, the one thing I noticed that's really interesting is that at last channel, the likes and dislikes were really heavily in the red. And I'm wondering why that is.
Yeah, so I guess when I looked at this channel, there was a lot of this creator talking directly to camera. So maybe it was, as well as the coins, because the Falkland Islands is it's a sovereignty. I'm probably going to get this completely wrong. It's a dependence of the UK. So I'm not sure where the connection is there with coins, but it seems to be tied in. I'm very uneducated in the value of coins, so I do apologize if I'm getting that wrong. But yeah, you're noticing here that he creates, I guess, polarizing content, one might call it.
Which is not necessarily a bad thing.
No, it isn't.
It also is very strange that like all of them, except for a couple, like vast majority of them are in lower likes. And it's just it's again not necessarily a bad thing, but it is something to pay attention to. Is it because you're putting something in the thumbnail and title that maybe you're not kind of keeping the promise on in the video? Like, I mean, why is that? Because you can get one or two that get kind of, a lot of dislikes, but that's okay. But when like almost every single one of them does, it's just there's something going on, just weird. But for the other one, and to be honest, like, I'm just kind of fascinated by this because I don't know anything about like coins and stuff. But I like that you're into something that's kind of there's a small niche for, because if you do it well, you can potentially blow up fairly quick, because the people that are interested in this are passionate about coins. So that can be like a great community very quickly if you're able to do that. So but some of the thumbnails are obviously like screen grabs from live streams. In the live streams, I would probably, some of these I may not look like there's one that's a test, like I would unlist that. There's no reason to have that up. Stuff like that, just get rid of it. You want someone to come here and look at your page and go, okay, this guy is consistently doing quality content. I'm not interested in doing I don't want to know about your equipment test. I don't want anything about that. And then like the other live stream, the 33-minute one where you're looking down like that, there's no reason for me to click that. Like there's nothing. I see the top of your head. Talked about something really cool in that live stream, just find the screen, take a picture of the coin. Maybe you talked about a coin for 10 minutes, put that like in the dead center of the thumbnail and say, okay, the live stream about this coin, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, I think you can see kind of in some of these thumbnails, there's a passion in his face, which is great. I think those are the ones that are going to win long term. And even sometimes just showing the coin is great too. But some of these, I feel like you just kind of like, just let YouTube pick the thumbnail. And that's generally speaking not a great idea.
Yeah, I also seen a lot of the titles here, this local coin shop phrase. So I've done a search for this, and I think both channels may benefit from looking at this channel, Rob Finds Treasure. This seems to be the big mover in coins, and you can see for the audience, for those people who are interested in rare coins, how the thumbnails are more appealing, because there's either loads of thumbnails on screen, the arrows pointing to something, or like even the use of an emoji. It's a very simple tactic that helps. But even this one here with this nice image of the coin, remember the hero of the content before they start to engage with you, the creator, is what you're talking about, which are the coins. And I think there's probably an opportunity here as well to become a leader in the thumbnail game, because I think all of these thumbnails are average at best. I think that's probably a good example of a good thumbnail here, where the text is working well with a coin. But yeah, for both of these channels, let's just go back here. For Penny Heaven and for the Great British Coin Hunt, I think just having more emphasis on the coins that you're discovering and you're talking about in your thumbnails would appeal more to the audience. If you're actually you realize that your channel is more about something a little bit different and it's more about community, then maybe you just need to upgrade or change your value propositions a little bit. Just as an example, this one here. So the thumbnail is limited edition, and then hashtag limited edition 200 with COA merchandise t-shirt. I can't, for me visiting the channel, maybe for your community, they completely understand what this video is about. But for me trying to understand generally the flow of your channel, it feels like there's a barrier to entry to understand your content. And I think maybe that's where the channel may be struggling a little bit. And for Penny Heaven, Travis, as you said, looks like a very keen creator, but they just need to upgrade their thumbnail game a little bit there. We'll move on to the next one, which is Flora and the Novice Explorers. I like the channel name there, some nice rhyme. And let's see, Travis, you picked this one.
Epic thumbnails.
Fantastic thumbnails. Look at these folks.
They're just incredibly inspiring and cool. I mean, there are some tweaks they can make, but generally the base of their thumbnails are intriguing and very likely will win over other videos about similar content because they're just artistically done. Very well.
Yeah, I mean, this is an example where we talk about consistency. And you look at these thumbnails and you might be saying to us, hey, all of these fonts are different, Rob, or the color scheme's not right. But I think what we would argue here is that the style of each of these thumbnails has a similarity to them, which means that as a viewer, you can tell that it's from a certain creator, just how they look. I think it's almost like Peter McKinnon style thumbnails. They're so unique and so striking that you can tell that they come from Flora and the Novice Explorer.
Yeah, I think when I look at this, I'm blown away. I'm inspired. I'm interested. Makes me want to click some of these. It's about van life, which they keep the van in the thumbnail most times. Which
they do. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're kind of interested, especially if you're interested in van life and stuff. It's just a really cool, and some of the timing is pretty interesting. Chasing the sun, incredible scenery, van life tag, of course, going after that van life trending. So just really well done. Now, ironically, their banner is okay at best.
It needs an upgrade, doesn't it? It's probably the first thing they did.
Probably
just tweaking, yeah.
And then same thing with their logo. It doesn't really look like it's not like a smaller version of the banner in any way. So they have a blog, reason to learn a tutorial, may learn something. It's not a guarantee. It's merely video diaries to people. That's cool. So yeah, I would, if it was me, I would redo the banner and redo the little avatar here to be more in line with the cool stuff. Now look at their old stuff.
Oh, you want me to go to old or most popular?
Yeah, no, old.
Okay, let's go to the old.
Because I'm curious as to like, even back then, it was not a bad start. Like their beginning thumbnails was not a bad start. We've seen worse. So it's funny to see where they started from 3 years ago, thumbnail wise, and then look where they are now. It really ends up being night and day difference. But it's a matter of kind of going through and crafting, learning your craft and becoming better. And I love being able to see the transition between something that's kind of very simple, a little text, maybe just one screen grab, to what they're doing now, which must take time. I mean, it's got to take time.
Yeah, interesting looking at the most popular videos. It was a series, and we often talk about not including episodes. And like in this case, they kind of do have an episode number with day 1, 2, 3. I mean, this is actually incredible. I've sorted by most popular. Have I sorted by most popular? Let me just confirm I have.
I've never seen that. If that's
no, I haven't. Sorry, I sorted by oldest, so it was in sequence. But I think the reason that these videos are the most popular ones, my guess, is because they're almost a bit tutorial in nature. So they have a wider reach to a potential audience. Just like make your T5 front doors sound like a golf. I mean, that in itself, it sounds like a really niche title, but it's worked really well. And so I just think going forward a little bit, so we go back to the videos that they've got out now, and they're all consistent. So they all get like a good couple of thousands views, maybe 3,000 on occasion. But maybe the reason that they are not doing better is because these all serve your community, the people who are already invested in your content, but maybe they don't serve a wider search term. Like this one, cost of our DIY camper conversion. I think maybe that is more intriguing to click on for a wider audience. So maybe think a little bit more about either how you can structure your titles in a way that's going to be more educational, tutorial, as well as those ones which it is just about your life in a van. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but I think those are the best thumbnails we've seen by a distance, certainly this week, and for a long time, actually. Really good stuff there. You must spend a good couple of hours on Photoshop tweaking them to make them look really nice. So I think if my confetti of joy is working today, it is! You're going to get the confetti of joy for the best thumbnails that we've ever seen on travel vlogs, I would say. Moving on to Apple O. Quickly looking at the channel, it looks as if it's to do with Apple stuff, maybe iOS updates, that type of thing. I'm going to say that I admire the color design, which is more of a darker feel, but the text on a lot of these makes things quite busy. It's a little difficult to follow. And what I would also maybe say is that you lean a little bit towards Watch OS, and I feel as if those videos do better. So maybe if you're going to niche down a little bit more in the Apple stuff, it might be Watch OS videos. I might be wrong about that, but I'm just seeing from the top thumbnails here. Travis, Tech Maestro, what are we thinking here?
Yeah, I like that he's niched down the last good section on Apple Watch. So here's something I kind of know about Apple Watch as far as in the tech niche. I have a friend that has an Apple channel, and of course I do tech myself, but he was always telling me that his Apple Watch videos tend to do really well because there's a demand, but not a lot of people are feeding into the demand. And if you look at this,
it's interesting, that, isn't it? Yeah, everybody thinks of Apple tech and Apple products. Everyone gravitates towards iPhones, not realizing that, hey, there's a massive following for watches. You'd probably say AirPods at the same time is probably channels that could dominate just with AirPod content.
100%. And if you look at some of the views on some of these, they're only 2 weeks old on a channel with 200 subscribers. There's a lot in some of these, like 2,000 views. There's another one 1,400 views, 3,200 views in 2 weeks. Like, if you're really paying attention to like these kind of super niches where you go, well, I'm Apple, well, but not just Apple, I'm kind of Watch, and then maybe not Watch and just iOS. So I have a friend named Brandon Butch, and he has an Apple channel as well. He's got 400-something thousand subscribers, and he mostly does, like, if you look at his channel, most of the stuff he does is the software updates and the beta updates, and he just goes on like the different things that have changed, and he gets hundreds of thousands of views. So doing something like this is actually really smart and could eventually go into, could build a channel out. Now, how you do the channel, like as far as is it top down, is it screen sharing, whatever, you definitely want to take a look at other tech channels and see how they're doing it. To see what the best way is, because some people don't want to be on camera, and that's fine if it's just a voiceover or whatever. Obviously, with all of these are thumbnails of the device and not really of the creator, and that's fine. Maybe that's the way he wants to do it. Cool. But it looks like over the last couple of weeks, he's found a couple bangers, and they're doing really well. For a channel his size, routinely getting more views than subscribers is really difficult, and doing a really good job.
I can attest to this as well. I used to have, I like the word super niche that you use, Travis, because I had a super niche in Apple stuff, which was how to record your iPhone screen. And I would literally do every single beta update video and news about how that screen recorder was performing. And YouTube determined that for whatever reason, I was the authority on the subject just because I kept serving up that content. And I would get thousands of views, and you think, how can you create so many videos on a specific topic? Believe you me, there is always an audience, and when you find it, you can really latch onto it. So yeah, Apple, I think you may be onto something here with your Watch OS beta style content. So just keep it up with that stuff. We are at 12 o'clock. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give Dan, Travis, myself, and all of you folks a little bit of a break. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. So we'll see you then. Does running a YouTube channel sometimes make you feel dazed and confused? Well, that's why you might need a little education. VidIQ can review your channel in seconds, 24 hours a day. It's like having your own YouTube consultant giving you all of this information. Do a YouTube search and we'll show you the stats, the value of that keyword, what's related, what's trending, what tags each video uses, and a deep dive with a single click. After research comes analysis. Our video scorecard will pick apart all the important analytics from social media to SEO, and we do this for every single video on YouTube for free. And when it comes to uploading your videos, VidIQ is here to support you every step of the way, with suggested keywords, our SEO score ranking, upload checklist, and recommended tags, boosting your content to the next level. Oh, and if you think we finished there, we haven't even started. We have dozens more tools we want to show you right now. All you need to do is download VidIQ now and let us help educate you on your YouTube journey today. And we are back for part 2 of the Tuesday channel audit live streams. I just want to go through some super chat stuff that's been going on here throughout the last hour. Thank you very much to Smart Drive Test. Changed the time of my weekly live streams and the number of attendance doubled. It's not hard evidence, but it worked for my channel. Awesome. That's brilliant to see that such a simple change has had a massive impact on your live streams. I should say actually as well, we're going to be doing a very special live stream. I'll reveal that now. We're going to be doing a special live stream on Friday, the 14th of February. So do stick around for more information on that very soon. Pizza delivery for you, as always, with the super chat there, $4.99. Appreciated that. Mousy Lee, you've just submitted your channel for review. You love the idea. Yeah, we hope maybe that we can pick it up soon. $2 there. We've also got a super sticker that came from the JMS family, $10 as well. Thank you. And another 100 meme thing that came from a JMS family, 99 cents. And frame rated, thanks for doing these. We appreciate it. Thank you for contributing to the community. The JMS family is really sending us loads of super stickies with an upside down emoji head. And Flora, the Novice Explorers, as usual, for some reason I can't read the bottom of that text. Dan, Travis, can you see that one at all?
I don't even see your screen. So
they've sent us a super chat, but for some reason I can't see it, and I can't see it on the chat either for some reason. But thank you for the £1.99 super chat there. All right, so we currently have 300 people watching this live stream.
nice.
Awesome, appreciated as always. Thank you very much. I think now it will be time to select another Twitter submission, so I just need to send some screen sharing stuff back to my compadres here. Can you see my screen again, Dan and Travis?
Mm-hmm.
All right, okay, let's refresh and let's go to the screen on the live stream. So okay, yeah, putting I hate cats, so I'm not sure if that's going to work on that one. What have we got here?
I like that.
I think we might have a winner there. I think we might have a winner.
That's really good.
Yeah. If your stream hasn't ended, so yeah, I think they are going to get one. Sign on.
Just scroll down a bit.
Oh, Dan, you've got your first Photoshop here.
Yeah, I'm going to frame that.
That just makes you laugh for some reason. Yeah, all right. This guy is just overkill now with a pretty please. Very good. Oh yeah, scary stuff. Wow, look at all of these. Oh my word. What is that? Is that a thing? Are we the soggy bottom of channel audits?
Soggy bottom gang.
I think. Oh my word. Look at. Anyway, I think we have to choose. This is the current winner. I mean, brilliant.
I love that. That's really
That's
fun.
brilliant. It would have been nice if you shared our channel in a live stream in your tweet, but we'll let you off. So we'll audit this channel, and then we're going to go to some random selections after that. All right, then, we've picked a tough one. It is apologies for my terrible accent and mispronunciation of the channel name, which is Video Juegos Lupio. That's probably nowhere near what it should be. Looks like a gaming channel, Dan, so let's see how far you get with this one.
Temtem, brand new. I was thinking about making my own video on Temtem versus Pokemon, so congratulations for beating me to the punch there. Temtem is a brand new game in early access. It's basically like Pokemon. So that's pretty cool. It looks like you are a gaming variety channel. And again, this is all from not being able to read the titles.
I can't translate either as well, unfortunately, Dan.
Yeah, which is okay. It's mostly my problem. It looks like you still have an audience. I like your thumbnails. I think they're pretty nice. I like that Minecraft Bees one there. That's pretty cool. I wonder if maybe you're testing out different games to see what's going to kind of take off.
Yeah.
I will say the Game Pass video is probably pretty general because Game Pass is like actually a service, not really a game in particular. So I would say this channel might just be kind of getting its start a little bit.
Yeah, it's what, just over a month old, 2 months old. So yeah, still feeling their way. So the credit you would give them is that they've got some thumbnails which are relatively straightforward. I mean, they're not the best thumbnails right now, but they are simple, clear, easy to read. And if you just continue going down that path, I think that's a good starting point for the thumbnails. Is Temtem similar to Pokemon?
It's basically the same game. Like Temtem is its own, world with its own creatures, but you collect them, you fight them. It's the same basic principle.
So, given that this creator has 50 subscribers, but one of these videos has got 200 views, when they've compared the two, a versus one, so a really classic style of video content, my thought would be maybe create a series of videos where you're comparing the two types of games, and eventually gravitate towards some let's play tips, tutorials on Temtem. Because if it's a new game, you've got that window of opportunity, haven't you? Where if you can tell people how to play the game and give them advice and tips and tricks, now you potentially have evergreen content there for months, years to come.
Yeah, definitely. It's cool too because that's an early access game, so that leaves so many opportunities for updates. Yeah. And this game can have a lot. There are sections of the world where you'll walk up to something and there's just a barrier, and it says "work in progress." And if you click on it, it's like this content's coming soon. So anytime one of those areas opens up, you can do a video on that. Any early access games have so many potential opportunities for that.
Absolutely awesome. So some good general advice, and I guess that's the type of advice we can give to a foreign language channel when the thumbnails are so clear and easy to understand. So good translation in the thumbnails there. All right, it's time for some random selecting of channels. I think we had a record this week where we had like 150 submissions before we went live. How many have we got now? 428. So that's like usually where we get. So folks, this is a reason why we apologize every single week if we can't audit every single channel. We've audited about 10 or 11, and we'll probably do maybe 20, 25 by the end of this live stream. That's 5% of the submissions. And it's not that we're favoring channels over the others. It's just this is a really popular service, and so we can't audit every single person's channel. But we're going to do our best to audit as many as we can now. What we do is we take this number, 429. We have a Jack in a Box selecting box, which does that. So we'll audit 231 first, but I'll just change this number to 400 and, 20? Let's just do 430. That should cover us for a little bit. What was it, 231? Did I just draw? Yes, 231. Yes. So we take that number, and we take that URL, and then we paste it into the browser, and these are channels that we're encountering for the very first time. So Dan's not made essay worth of notes on these. We just see them for the first time, and we give our feedback, and it goes a little bit like this. Vari Yami. I am making a YT video weekly. Okay, cool. It looks to me, when we look at the thumbnails, that it's an animation channel of some kind. A Night Chronicles is a specific video thing that you're looking at recently. Is this a game, Dan? Or
I think it's a game.
Yeah, it might be a game. I'm just going to go to the about section. Does that say? Okay, so you play Knight's Chronicle. So I think this creator's already doing something right. Even with 60 subscribers, every single video in the last month has had more views than subscribers. So they're reaching an audience wider their subscriber base. So that's always thumbs up to begin with. If I scroll down a list of videos, they've been talking about Knight's Chronicles for a long time. So they've established themselves to a certain. Okay, so they. Oh no, it is Knights Chronicle. Look, they even did one there with Will Smith of some kind over a year ago. All right, so the interesting thing here is that they've been getting a similar amount of views for the past year. So they haven't been growing it, with the occasional exception of something going on here. I don't know, maybe that was a cutscene from the game, I'm not sure. So I guess a question to the creator might be, it seems to be that you've been doing the same thing over and over again for the last year, and the channel's not necessarily growing. So what could be the problems with that? It could be that there's just not a big enough audience for this game, or you're covering a game that's gone out of favour with the gaming community, or that the view time, the audience duration, the click-through rate on your videos isn't as good. So maybe YouTube's sharing it to the right audience because it knows what it's about, but the data it gets back from the videos, low audience duration, is saying that I'm not really sure on this video, so I'll wait until to see what they do next, and the next time you do a video you kind of maybe have the same problems. Travis, Dan, any sort of thoughts here on what might be going wrong with the channel?
Well, I wanted to look it up because when you said the game might have fallen out of favor, I've just got really curious about when this game might have come out, and it was June 14th, 2018. So it's a bit older. Yeah. One thing that I've noticed in some of these titles, and maybe it doesn't matter for their search, but the game doesn't seem to be called Knights Chronicles with an S. It's called Knights Chronicle.
Oh, well, that might be a huge thing, might it?
Maybe, but but even those videos still top over their subscriber rate, which the obvious advice there is be sure you're putting a call to action in the beginning of your video somewhere. Subscribe, and that could definitely help solve that problem. But some of these videos also have very low like rates, like to dislike ratios not in favor in some of them, which is interesting, especially those arena ones.
Yeah, the sample size is so small on some of these, like 2 likes versus 1 dislike, so there's not much to go off there. But as you say, maybe they should be getting maybe more like 10 or 20 likes from a 100 view video, so the community is not engaging with the content as well. That might be a problem.
Yeah, I would look into if this game had a follow-up, or if there's a game like it that's a little bit newer. You might want to try pivoting here soon because you have been at this for a long time.
Yeah, and there's one here with tips and tricks, which has got 350 views. I just want to see if there's any comments on the videos. I'd like you to get. So there are a couple of comments, and it looks as if you're responding to them as well. So yeah, there's something going on there, but you're just not quite hitting YouTube with maybe the right content. Going to the analytics, I think there may be an audience duration, view duration issue with this channel potentially. We'll move on to the next one though. Which is going to be 162. Was that random enough for you, Travis? Did that feel like a...
They're all over the place, which I like.
Yeah, which is what we want. All right, the next channel looks as if it's another gaming one as well, and it is called Electi, I think, coming up to 200 subscribers for this one. Okay, we've got some Fortnite stuff here. Is Zone Wars a game? I'm not sure.
I don't know. Maybe that's a type of Fortnite game or something.
So what I'm seeing here is that I think it's the majority of the videos of Fortnite content, but you're not including that in the title, so you may be missing a little bit there on some obvious keyword SEO stuff.
I would say most of these titles I'm skimming over look to be missing keywords. Most chill custom matchmaking, it doesn't really say anything. The thumbnail also isn't saying a whole lot there. You could mistake that for a lot of different games.
Yeah. So especially in the Fortnite genre, which is super competitive, the viewers need to know, first of all, what it's about Fortnite, and there are going to be tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of creators that are able to do that. But then telling the creator exactly what in Fortnite the video is about is crucial, and I think this channel may be missing on 2 fronts here with their content. Just 200 subscribers. So we're doing some Fortnite custom, what would that be? Custom sing-alongs? Is that a thing in Fortnite?
Maybe it's just
custom matchmaking.
Yeah, it's strange. This is one of the cases where I wish I knew the game a little bit better because I don't want to give bad advice, but I will say the best creative builder in Team Active, hashtag Team Active on the left there, top left video. That's kind of interesting. I wonder if Team Active is something that that generated views there, maybe it is just a group of collaborators, because it looks like this person does collaborate. So that could be driving some views to your channel, but I think you could do a lot on your end with the titles. Just starting there, disregard the thumbnails for a minute. The titles could definitely use some more keywords, and I also don't think when it comes to thumbnails, you need your name in all of them.
Yeah, yeah. God, I didn't even spot that. I just thought it was another. I guess that's evidence of the text is just washing over me. I'm not even paying attention to it. And yeah, you're right. In a lot of these, they do include not even a logo, just as fonts, Electric YT as the thumbnail in there. Yeah, let's move on then to the next channel. Hopefully, Travis, you can get involved in this one because we've done gaming so far. 207. What have we got here? Do a couple more and then we'll go back to our tweets for today. Sports Talk Podcast. Here we go, Travis. Something to get your teeth into for this one. Turbo and 2K's Sports Talk Podcast. Right. Let's talk a little bit first then about maybe hosting podcasts on a video platform. What do you think about that?
So I have a podcast that I started with another tech creator. And what we do is, first of all, it's good for discoverability. So we found that that's the case. But we live stream the recording of our podcasts. And you'll notice some of the larger podcasts out there will also do clips. Like they actually will have 3 channels. They'll have the podcast channel, they'll have like the highlights channel, and then they'll have like the live stream channel. Like it's crazy. So from a perspective of trying to get more people into kind of listening to your podcast in general, not a bad thing. However, your expectations of that should be kind of like, lowered because, not a lot of people are coming unless they know about your podcast, like Joe Rogan or something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think the expectation should be lower, but it doesn't mean it's not a good idea. Baseball, football, so all the sports. So that's good. I think if you want to, so I think the desire to cover all sports is to try to bring a lot of people in. It will give you potentially people to talk to all year long. So if you're a football fan, football channel, then your channel's about dead now. I mean, Super Bowl's over. Yeah. About the Pro Bowl, so you
unless you're looking forward to the XFL. Is that this year?
Yeah, it is actually.
Yeah.
Apparently,
another wrestling reference there, folks.
So there's that, but trying to spread it across the year is a good way of doing that. But what I've found, and if you're a news podcast where you kind of cover things in a news way, that's one thing. But if you are a fan of the same city for all sports, you'd be surprised at how much quicker your fanship can grow.
Yeah, I agree with that. We've looked at sports channels before, and it tends to be when the creator has tells their own personal story of their journey with a particular sports team. That tends to connect better with building an audience. And yeah, just looking at these things, we're looking at the Super Bowl, a video about the loss of Kobe, and then like your picks for college football. There does seem to be that maybe there's a bit too much topic jumping within sports, and it's just going to be hard to maintain an audience, I think, for each of them, unless you're well known and well established. Once you're in that situation, then it can change. But I think just you're a podcast among many podcasts right now. So what's the unique value proposition? And I don't quite see that.
Yeah, it's he's trying to trend jump, which isn't a bad thing. Super Bowl was trending, Kobe was trending. So
certainly worth testing. Yeah,
worth testing. So yeah, it's I just keep at it. How long have they been at it so far?
Let's see. So, because if there's been an evolution in the thumbnails, certainly.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, for just under a year. So, but if you think about, so depending on how you think about that, for a year, they should definitely have more subscribers.
Yeah.
It is, but it is difficult if you're now, here's the thing. Yeah, we don't know how their audio podcast is doing. If their audio podcast is doing well, you should be telling them to come over to the video podcast. So what my podcast does is we have and it seems to work pretty well. We've only been on YouTube for like 2 months and we're like well over 100 subscribers. So what we've done is in our audio podcast, we tell them, hey, where we have a much larger audience on our audio podcast, we tell them, hey, there's things happening right before we record this and right after. Like we had a whole 10-minute thing that happened after our last podcast. It's only on YouTube. So I'm like, hey, if you love the podcast, we actually have this on YouTube, and there's some things that you're missing that you can only watch on YouTube, and getting people to come over for that has been pretty successful.
Yeah, I'm thinking as well that maybe the YouTube channel is not their primary distribution platform. It may be that their audio podcasts are a lot popular, and they're just using this. I'm not going to say dumping ground, but they're trying to reach another audience, and maybe it hasn't quite clicked with YouTube just yet. But I will credit you for putting considerable time and effort into starting to tweak your thumbnails and make them more appealing to a potential YouTube audience. So best of luck building that sports podcast. And we'll go back to Twitter, I think, and we'll choose another likely comedic tweet. You're trying your best. You are trying your best to... Oh, have we not received any more? It doesn't look as if we received any more tweets. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much the same ones. So we can scroll down a little bit here.
That's weird.
I like the fishing for attention. I think that's hilarious.
That's a good one. Yeah, maybe we'd. I mean, Dan, do you want to?
I do want to
encourage people to
Photoshop
one. You. So yeah. All right, Dan. We're going to let you, the Ant-Man, audit Venom Viper Gaming. I think. Oh, he just sent us back to our own live stream. That's going to break the fourth wall. Can we get it from here? Is this your channel? Let's hope it is. There we go. Venom Viper Gaming.
Wait. We've seen this banner before.
Yeah, we did. We ordered this chat last week.
Last week? Oh, we did.
We did, yeah. We remember the Roblox things on the left-hand side. So I guess the question is, have you taken any of our advice?
I wish we could rewind and go back and know what our advice was, but I know we talked about the banner on the side with the name of the game.
Yeah.
Well, that live stream is that a live stream? The red dot free Ninja Legends. Oh, it's probably a giveaway.
Giveaways, yeah. So always got to be careful of them. Like, are you bringing in the right audience, and are you manipulating metrics which YouTube won't necessarily like? The
next time we come here, I really want to see a banner that explains what the channel's about instead of demanding a subscription. Because, and I'm not trying to be mean, but you're saying subscribe and become a legend, but what is your channel doing that should get me to subscribe?
Yeah. Oh, I think we suggested Ninja Legend. That's what, because we noticed that the Ninja Legend thing was doing well. I remember Ninja Legend. Yeah, like 4,000 views, 300, I think, and then whenever they just get a few more views. Anyway, I'm rambling here about a channel we audited last week. So there we go. Update your channel banner, more Ninja Legend type content. Let's move on to the next one randomly, which is going to be channel 56. What have we got here? Lifestyle channel. All right. And it looks as if they've just cracked 300 subscribers. So congratulations. So, all right. I'm not saying anything else.
Big oof.
Travis, Dan, take it away.
Okay. Well, the banner doesn't say a whole lot about what the channel's about. Let's see. Plug a wire into the ground to produce electricity. That's interesting.
I'd watch that.
I would watch that too. Okay, this looks like a how-to channel for just about anything you could think of.
Yes. Now then, I'm a little skeptical about this channel.
I'm getting skeptical.
It feels like, and now I could be wrong. Do we play one of these videos to work out?
You think it's reused content?
Yeah, so I'm a little either that or one of those synthesized narration channels where there's a bit of automation and how it's built. I mean, I could be completely wrong. Okay, I'm going to play one very quickly and let's just see what we get here. Okay. So it looks as if it's sort of stock footage and then some text on there.
I mean, nothing wrong with that on its surface. But then the question is, go to a different video and see if the style's the same.
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
If the style's completely different, then it might be something else. No,
it looks similar. It does look similar.
Yeah, so it's just B-roll with some text over it. I mean, listen, there's different types of content on YouTube. I think this is a valid form of content. It's just different.
Yeah, and I guess the problem is, other than the random channel banner, is none of this is connected. This content, is it? It's in a real departure. The strangest thing men desire and make him crazy versus co-sleeping should your child sleep in your bed versus plugging a wire into the ground. Where's the connection for the channel? This feels like a boom or bust channel where you're going to get onto a viral piece of news maybe, and that one video may be really successful, but then what are you going to do after that? And there's some weird titles on here that I've just noticed as well. Yeah, I think I'm going to move on from this one just because of some of the thumbnails and the titles I've seen there. Yeah, we always occasionally get some odd channels there, and I think that might have been one of them. Fix your channel banner, that's what I would say. Next channel we're looking at is 219, and this is a Minecraft channel, Dan.
Oh boy.
So let's have a look at that one, and we'll quickly get rid of this channel. Noob Vary is the channel. Minecraft Gaming. It looks like there's some text cut off from the channel banner there. And
so,
why is your channel
can
name
we
baked into the
highlight
channel
that and go check it out? No,
I can't click on it. Oh, I can't click on it. That's so frustrating.
Weird. Okay, so the channel banner is actually otherwise would be nice. I don't think any text is needed. It's obviously a Minecraft channel. It looks like your banner's been reused from somewhere else and slapped onto YouTube. So I would change that. At least get rid of the text. And seems like your videos are just getting started. So you have multiple times a day you're uploading in some cases.
New video creators, so they're keen on getting content out with a passion, which is good to see.
Yeah. So okay, I would say that the pictures you're using in your thumbnails are pretty cool, and there's definitely some effort here. It's not like you're just letting YouTube decide what your thumbnail is going to be. And you're experimenting with some text and some arrows pointing to things. Arrows pointing to things are always awesome. If you're going to do that and you're going to like pro and you're pointing to the person, pro should be a lot bigger because it's impossible to read that almost.
Yeah, on every example, the text is too small, isn't it?
Yeah, the text is not translating at all. You're better off without any of it and just having the arrow. I like that house. That's really cool. It looks like you're going to show me a build of like your own house that you did in Minecraft or something to that effect. So yeah, as a brand new creator, I'd say you're off to a good start with testing different types of Minecraft content. Your videos seem to be getting some views, which is cool.
Yeah, I think this is one of these examples of where you have to start with a mindset of just those early breakthroughs. You've already got where you come to 20 subscribers, so that's like a classroom full of people. What are you going to teach them? You might do a rustic house tutorial. Okay, that's great. Maybe you want to tell us a little bit more about this rustic house. You're building it in Minecraft, maybe which version you're building it in, maybe what type of materials that you're using. That might help just communicate a little bit more to your audience. The thumbnails, as we see, are handpicked. I like that. I as you said, Dan, I like this house one for some reason. Maybe a little bit more about
this. Because it's big.
Yeah, because it's big. Like, and what's interesting about it? Half hour house. So maybe you built it in half an hour. Is that right? So maybe you could just put in big text at the bottom here, 30-minute build. Or something like that, just to be a bit more explicit with the content. But yeah, just keep it up. Minecraft stuff, you're staying on one topic. That's awesome to see. Many of your videos are getting more views and subscribers. I would give you the thumbs up here on a good start with your channel. Keep it up. Let's move on to the next one. What have we got here? It's 410. Oh, wow, we have 460 submissions now. Are we going to get up to 500 this week? That might be a new record. This is a gaming and tech channel, so this should be right up both Dan and Travis's street if it's both. But the question is it about tech and gaming? It doesn't look to be. It looks as if it's just about gaming. Let's be very quick about this one. Far too much text, and it's impossible to read because it's blending in with the backgrounds. You got some PUBG stuff, some Dream League soccer stuff, PUBG Mobile, so it's mostly PUBG. Gameplay number 5. Maybe you want to be telling the viewer a bit more, like specifically what's going to be happening in each of your games, that type of thing. And I think Dan, you, I almost called you Davis then. Dan.
By the way, say. I don't know.
The way you explain this in your what genre should you pick video is probably a good one for this channel to watch, because there's a disconnect between sports and shoot 'em ups, isn't there? So if you're going to maybe connect games together, PUBG might go nicely with Apex Legends and Fortnite, but PUBG and maybe what looks to be a FIFA style game is probably going to be too much of a stretch.
Yeah, definitely. That's the first thing I would do, is at least pick a genre, because you're not doing YouTube any favors when you genre bounce so much. It's gonna have a really hard time figuring out where your authority lies and how to recommend your channel to the right people.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people don't like that advice. A lot of people are like, I want to play all these different games. And you can do that, especially if you're building an audience over time, that it matters less and less, because your audience just wants to see you play games, and that could be okay. But always understand, when you bounce around a lot, you're kind of helping out that audience, but you're not building as much as fast. So I would say stick to PUBG Mobile or Call of Duty Mobile, or both, and really tackle those.
We are up to 461, so let's update our random machine picker. We now have 309. Fingers crossed we can get a non-gaming channel here. All right, animation.
Cool.
Animation. Travis, let's get you back in the game here with Filiviporg. What have we got here?
Does this name sound familiar?
We audited this one before, I think.
Yeah, because
Have we?
I think we have, because the name sounds familiar, and the length of time in between videos I think we talked about as well.
I just can't remember any of these thumbnails.
I don't remember the thumbnails, but I remember the name. Like, the name is, anyway, doesn't matter. So obviously it takes them a while to do these. The last one was 9 seconds long 2 months ago. So elephant in the room. If I had to wait for 4 months for anything that's over 2 minutes, and then I waited, and then I'm so excited in 2 months I get something that's 9 seconds, I might just unsubscribe. And I think it's something to think about. Like, I understand that animation's a lot harder to do, that sort of thing. Maybe though, if you're taking the time to do it, I got to be honest. If you're being prepared for part 8 of Fox Pelt, you probably have forgotten about it at this point. A 9-second trailer is probably not going to do it for you. So for me, like, my criticism would be that I would have if I'm going to come back after being away for between those 2 months, I'm going to give them more than 9 seconds. That probably is more frustrating than anything. So I understand animation takes longer. Your videos are not that long to begin with, though. They're all under like 3 minutes. So I'm going to recommend doing either longer animation content or just more frequent. Everything else about thumbnails and everything is the same, but I think for you to grow, that's going to be your best and only way to do it. So the Firestar doesn't like waffles. Somehow
so this is what I was going to say. All of the animations appear to be non-connected. It looks to be completely different characters. Maybe this one, 2 similar characters. I would do 4 or 5 videos that are just all on Firestar doesn't like, and then it's waffles, or it's Easter eggs, or it's channel audits, or it's Fortnite gaming channels. Like, I just do a series of those videos on this character not liking stuff, and see if you can create an intriguing series of videos surrounding that content. All right, let's move on to the next one. Sorry if you keep hearing notification noises, it's because somebody's trying to buy my drone off me on Facebook Messenger, and that's really annoying during a live stream, but I don't think there's anything you can do about it right now. Okay, 273 is the next channel that's going to be audited. It's a gaming channel. Okay, let's look at this gaming channel. Whoops, I need to do that again. I think I typed it in wrong. Speedy Streamer, I think, is a channel, but I'm just going to refresh that. Yeah, Speedy Streamer. Okay, I'm guessing it's a kind of live streaming channel. Looks as if it's a Minecraft live streaming channel. So you do exactly what you say on the tin, which is fine and good to see. I think this suffers from many of the things that we've been advising creators not to do, which is to have part numbers and then maybe not discuss a little more about what the live stream is. I guess if you're doing a Minecraft Let's Play survival series, there should be a certain intention in each of the videos, like whether you're going to build something today or try and kill something, or after the fact, maybe you can reshape the title to be a little more appealing. But I just think when there are maybe a million Minecraft channels out there, how is this thumbnail and this title going to compel somebody to click on your content? And I think there's going to be a bit of a struggle there. I think anything else before that seems a little redundant because it looks as if you're all in with Minecraft live streaming right now. What do you guys think?
Anytime you're going to stream Minecraft, this is my personal advice for, in particular, Minecraft, because I've played it a lot, but you can do this for a lot of games. Try and plan out your day a little bit. Spend a little bit of time pre-stream prep and decide what your goal is for the stream. And even if you don't get to that goal, your stream will probably end up being about something, at least about building up. So let's say in Minecraft, a common one would be killing the Ender Dragon, the final boss.
Yeah.
And you're just about there. So today it's Ender Dragon prep. Tomorrow we kill the Ender Dragon. But that gives you a title to work with. And even if you want to spend the time on a new thumbnail every stream, I know a lot of streamers don't do that. You could put the dragon in the thumbnail. It looks like you're putting part numbers, and for streams, they're okay, but the purple text isn't really working. It's kind of it's a little muddy. But that's my personal recommendation. Whenever you stream a game, if you're struggling for a title, decide before you start streaming what you're going to do that day in the game.
In a month's time, your video tab is going to just have all of these, and it's going to be really difficult for an audience to distinguish the difference between the content. So that's a trap that you'd want to try and get out of as soon as possible. Next channel is going to be channel number 7, going way down the list. We may have already picked this one since we go through first ones. Oh, it's a tech channel, I think. Hey, Travis, tech channel. Wake up, Travis. Go to tech channel. And it is Johnny IT, nearly 500 subscribers. What is he showing us here, Johnny IT?
Making money, Key-Light Codec Pack, AR drone, a couple of drone stuff, outro, intro, Apple how to turn on dark mode on iOS 13, which could be useful for some people. So then you got Brexit, fireworks. So like you're not really doing tech, like, if we're really honest. Like you've done some tech videos, but then you're kind of doing other random stuff too. So if you want someone to subscribe to your tech and want to come to you for tech stuff, then
they have nearly 500 subscribers and the views don't reflect that. So let's see if we can find out where this channel has maybe had success in the past. Yeah, I thought so. Because he's done a couple of videos recently on Ultimate Ears. So audio speakers might be an area for you to niche down on.
Yes. How to reset the Ultimate Ears. I actually have that speaker, so I kind of understand. That's why he's done those two there. Now, the thumbnails are so similar that you would very easily maybe miss if you watched one and not the other. You could definitely do speakers and see where that takes you. Speakers can also get you into headphones if you want to do that. I've done tons of headphone reviews, so I kind of get that. I think it comes down to what do you want your channel to be about. It looks like you're still kind of searching.
Yeah.
But lately, getting back into.
Yeah, and a lot of tech channels will do this. They will just review the things that they have in their possession. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. I know some channels which are reviewing smartwatches one day, a tablet the next day, a vacuum cleaner the next, and then thermostats. But eventually at some point you're going to settle down on a type of tech that people are liking more in your content than anything else, and the Ultimate Ears one might be. And so this might be, for the next one that you have and you review, you go into all of the details, looking at all of the settings and all of the little nuances of why that is successful. But I think just jumping around these topics that you're doing right now, especially such as how to install programs, I think you had some Windows install ones like Windows 7, and then you got Apple stuff up here. So there's a big difference between Apple fans and Microsoft Windows fans, and probably trying to jump between the two is going to be difficult for a channel to maintain an audience. But we do wish you the best of luck with future endeavors, and I think also thumbnails as well. I think you need to get rid of the black, darker thumbnails, because really we can't see what's going on with many of these, and some of them do look as if they are just freeze frames from the thumbnails. So consider spending maybe 30 minutes or an hour on the next thumbnail that you create for your content. Let's do another Jack in the Box, and then we'll go back to Twitter to see if anyone else has submitted a Twitter submission, and it's channel 169. Okay, this channel says they're about sub counts. We'll see what is shown in just a second. Straight from MG is the channel, and they are doing what looks to be so they're not live streaming anything right now, but they do look as if they're doing long streams of things going on. I think this is all born out from the PewDiePie versus T-Series stuff, and this channel is doing different things, like maybe live streaming Super Bowl stats, so maybe jumping on a trending content there. Top 50 most subscribed channels would run for an hour there, but there's nothing sort of running permanently. We've talked about this a little bit, Travis and I, in the past, and we think that since YouTube abbreviated the sub counts, and because the PewDiePie versus T-Series sub count thing was such a huge, massive story, it's probably run its course now. And unless you can find a new angle on these live streaming data things, it's going to be maybe difficult to build an audience out of these. Travis, do you agree with this, or do you think there's still mileage here? And maybe
even the thumbnails themselves aren't like super clear.
Yeah,
hard to know exactly what. It's a very difficult thing to kind of get into. Of course, everything really is if you really think about it. But if you have a passion for it, you'll find something that works and then kind of stick with those things. But yeah, you're 100% right. The beautiful, what is it? Beautiful stats. What is that thing?
Data is beautiful.
Data is beautiful.
Yeah, which looks at data in over periods of time and has these graphs moving. Slightly different look at the live streaming stuff. And I would also say the channel that blew up through live streaming these sub counts, Flare TV, whether or not this is accurate, they haven't made any content virtually since those sub counts, and I think they've struggled to know what to do next. So it looks as if this topic may be a little dead. We don't want to say that you should stop doing it, but you'll probably need to find something that's new and different in this area, because the PewDiePie versus T-Series thing was such a big story. How do you topple that? Yeah. I don't know where you really go with that, especially since the subcounts are abbreviated now. All right, let's go back to Twitter. Has anybody submitted a new channel audit tweet now? Let's have a look. All right. Do we need to scroll down any?
I mean, I'm offended that it's on a Patriots. I mean, you could have at least put it on like a Seahawks or something. But okay, sure.
Okay. Is that going to be me at the end? It has to be me at the end. Or no? Why was it?
Now, if you went the right.
All right. Let's do this one first.
Yeah.
Let's do this one first. We've got a couple of good ones here. Abin908 here. Oh, it's a gaming channel, Travis. Now you got to almost like back. Oh, go on. I'll let you lead here with this gaming channel, and then we'll let Dan chime in.
So, what's the banner again? What does it say? Albins908, subscribe, like, share. Of course, we've talked about this before. We need something a little bit, something to dig our teeth into. What am I like subscribing and sharing to? Let's see, Gary's boyfriend. I don't know who Gary is. I think what I'm guessing is that there's like a storyline going on here. But you have to think about like the people who don't know who your channel is. So real quick, most channels, their views come from non-subscribers. The vast majority of the views come from non-subscribers. There's a billion reasons for that. So when you understand that, you have to understand that you have to encourage people who don't know who you are and maybe don't know the storylines to click and watch a video. So Gary, I don't know who Gary is. I know the pig from Minecraft. I got it, but that doesn't tell me enough to want to click it. So when you have to think about that for all of your titles, all the things you're doing, think about the fact that more people who don't know who you are going to see these thumbnails than do. And if you kind of take that moving forward, you will probably make better thumbnails and titles.
I will say this. After the channel hit 100 subs, they seem to have decided to niche down onto Minecraft. And the videos that they're making, I think the thumbnails are very clear and basic in that sense that they're not too chaotic. So I applaud that. And the views, they're getting like 50 views per video for 50 views per video for a channel which has 100 subscribers. So I think that's pretty good there. Dan, is there anything you could maybe add here about the Minecrafty stuff that's going on?
Yeah. So, and Travis pretty much hit the nail on the head here. But one thing I'm noticing is the all caps shock and awe titles. You see that a lot in the Minecraft space amongst the largest of Minecraft creators. And I think what this creator is trying to do is capitalize on that. Like, oh, it must be I need to type all caps and I need to make my video like very clickable based on just the title alone. But the problem, the disconnect there is that these channels you're competing against already have well-established audiences, and you're not really helping your keywords out very well if you're trying to just do the same thing. You won't believe what I found isn't really a connected search term with Minecraft, if that makes sense. So you might want to go back to basics a little bit with titles, and you are getting some views. So I'm not saying
and they've got
no one's ever
Minecraft in the
gonna find
title, so I think there's something to be said there.
Yeah, but you want to find things in Minecraft that are going to trend a little bit more than you won't believe what I found. Is that would be my biggest piece of advice, is because the titles remind me of those bigger channels.
Okay. I think I might argue a little bit with you there, Dan, just because I think for a channel that's relatively new, I think they're already doing some nice strategies here.
That's fair.
So given the fact that the thumbnail and the title are sort of working in tandem here to make it something that's intriguing to click on, I don't think the creator should move away from that. I think they're onto something there. And no, he's missing. Iron Man is missing. So I think, again, there's intrigue, I think, in all of his thumbnails. So I think it's very you want to be careful not to lose that. But at the same time, Dan, I do agree with you. Just trying to mimic the top creators is something that ultimately you're going to want to move away from when you start to create your own style and identity of content.
All things being equal, would you want, if my name was the same, would you want to buy a genuine Sony or a genuine Sony?
Oh,
I mean, if I can get the Sony for the same price, which is a click, I'm just going to go for the real deal.
Answers in the comments, please. How would you spell that? Sony.
RNY. That's a old Simpsons joke.
There you go. Next one, then. Are we going to choose the one where I'm crying when you are at VidIQ's audits 10 times we're never getting audits? Go on then, since I'm really upset about this. The channel is here. Yeah, now that's actually, I will applaud the tweeter there. That's exactly how we would like to see a tweet. So you're sharing a live stream, but you're sharing your channel. That makes it obvious to me what I'm trying to click on. Amulets here. Looks like another one of these top-down shooter things that we looked at. Remember Brains.io that was doing really well last week, Dan? And this is another example of a channel that with a relatively small subscriber group, whenever they do these Brains.io videos, they seem to do quite well. So I just doubled down on that. That's what I would be saying, which they are, and doing pretty well at it.
Yeah, 1,000 views on a lot of these videos.
Yeah, it feels like we see this often. A lot of channels starting in this gaming genre in the last 12 months are finding success, whereas you look at the Fortnite channels and they're all struggling in a dozen subscribers and maybe 20, 30 views, but these ones all seem to have an advantage of just choosing maybe a less competitive area of YouTube.
Yeah, call to action in your videos. I think you'll get a lot more subscribers.
Yeah. And it's another example of where the creator is using larger images of the characters to emphasize something, which sort of works better here and there. I think the thumbnails probably need tweaking a little bit, but they're going in the right direction.
Yeah, I agree. Some of them are a bit busier than others, and I know that's a consequence of the game, but I'm talking about like the one in the middle there with the choose your controller image, and there's like 4 different images crammed into one thumbnail. Stuff like that could probably be improved upon. The views are not as good on that video as some of the ones around it. So just keep that in mind when you're making thumbnails. You don't need to overproduce them necessarily.
I'm sure I saw that channel logo last week. I wonder if there's been a collab that's gone on there. Anyway, let's move on to... Yeah, we've got a couple more minutes, so let's pick another couple of channels as quickly as we can. Quick. I'm going. Need to type in the right number. Okay. Scale model... no, we've already audited
Did that one.
I will just check, but I think we've already audited that one. I'll pick another number just in case. 297. Yep, that one we've already picked. So 297. Oops, we haven't got 8,000 submissions. That's a bit ambitious. Okay, another gaming channel here. I can hear the resignation in Travis's voice.
But this is literally why I don't choose pre-choose gaming channels, because I know for a fact we're going to get a bunch of gaming channels.
Yeah. Coles here then. Wow. It's not a gaming channel, I don't think.
There's some Fortnite.
Costa Rica stuff. I'm confused. I have a bit about the coronavirus. Some Fortnite stuff beforehand.
So pretty cut and dry then. You should probably decide if you want to be a channel that covers major world events or games or music or and then go with that. And then if you really have a hankering to make that content, make another channel that covers that kind of content.
Yeah, pretty simply, what is your channel about? Because I cannot work out what the channel is about at all, other than some gaming stuff. And then what is that? Just a news copy, playing a news clip?
It seems that way, huh?
Yeah. Travis, add something of wonder and intrigue about this channel.
I hope that premiere in 2 days is amazing, or 3 days.
All right.
3 days to watch this premiere. Premieres are important for like larger channels and stuff. And unless there's a reason we should wait 3 days for this, and it's going to be amazing. It's a giveaway, so I don't even know why you wouldn't just do it now. I wouldn't wait.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. So good spot there, Travis. All right, here we go. This one is, I guarantee this is not going to be a gaming channel.
69!
100% not a gaming channel. It's music and gaming. All right, okay. Let's have a look.
It's already too broad.
Mofi Lofi, I think I'm going to call this one. All right, well, interesting. There's a lot of views for these most recent videos, but
A lot of dislikes too. What's that all about?
yeah. Is this copyrighted content? I've no clue. I'm a little afraid to click on and hear anything. Click on anything here. This does just look like copyrighted content that you've uploaded to YouTube, I'm afraid to say.
Looks that way, huh?
Bit of Minecraft stuff there, some sub counts down at the bottom. MGP, is this Eurovision? Yeah, so I think basically we're going to say we can't really comment on this content because it feels like you're just uploading clips from elsewhere, and eventually YouTube will crack down on this with copyright claims and you will not be able to monetize any of this content, I don't think. We may be misinterpreting that, but given that it's about music and then all of a sudden you've got what looks to be some clips from some program, and then some Minecraft stuff, I'm really confused about what this channel is, so I wouldn't like to click on any of your content. So we'll move on to 401.
I will say, if we are misinterpreting that channel, that's also a problem.
Yeah, exactly. And we do say that, if we can't work out what your channel's about, then maybe there's something wrong with the messaging there. All right, we've got an art channel here. Let's have a look.
No.
I'm sure that's a generic channel.
How to draw a chicken. We had this chicken thing. The chicken thing from like a week or two ago.
Yeah, we had a chicken farm channel a while ago.
Need to get chicken for lunch.
All right, so this is a very simple how to draw channel. It's how to draw animals, fish, trees, that type of thing. Nothing wrong with that. I guess Travis, we were saying the usual things whereby maybe the drawing in motion are being completed and then maybe the final product. I guess if you're telling somebody how to draw something, they'd probably want to see the finished article, wouldn't they, in the thumbnail, so that they know what the payoff is. And that means that the drawing has to be good at the end so that people click on it.
Yes, 100%. I think But I mean, I like the idea. How to draw things is going to be an evergreen content, so that's really good. You don't need a lot of views right off the bat because how to draw a fish or a chicken is probably not going to change too much. So I like that some of these are in action as well. Like they don't necessarily have to be the end result. They can be close to the end result. Like the ones for Kobe Bryant, the dedicated ones are like close to the end. At least kind of have an idea of what you're going to get out of it. And even like I said, the swan one's pretty cool too, because you can kind of see it's like while it's being drawn. I do like the idea behind the channel, and sometimes to me that's the most important thing, is to get a good concept, and to teach people how to draw is awesome. Having said that, and I've said this once before, need a name I'm going to remember and I'm going to be able to spell it right.
Yeah, and I'm gonna just search for how to draw a rabbit, because this is not a new genre. Right. So you're gonna have to either be the best person on YouTube or one of the best people on YouTube doing this, or doing it in a slightly different way. You can see the thumbnails here. I think these are good examples of where they are like the payoff, the final product there, or it's just zoomed in a lot. Well, that's a really good one there. Wow, is that a drawing? That's amazing. So that's why when I'm scrolling through, I was thinking, wow, is that a drawing? That's going to make me click on it because it looks so realistic. And then on the flip side, there's a cartoony version here, which is super cute. So maybe I might click on that if I wanted to draw a cartoon rabbit. So yeah, just do a quick search on how to draw stuff, and maybe you'll get ideas for thumbnails which are a little more compelling and clickable. But you've just started your YouTube journey. You're a week in. You've already created a lot of videos, which is fantastic. You're up to nearly 20 subscribers. So there's good things for you there. Maybe in 2 or 3 months, you'll have a fair idea of what your audience wants to see from your channel. And with that, folks, we come to the end of another whistle-stop tour of channels audited for you. In the end, we had 498 submissions, so we almost hit 500 for the first time ever, which is incredible. We apologize as always if we didn't get to audit all of your channels. Just to go through some of the final super chats. Thank you, JMS family, for sending us so many different super stickers there. And RACC, or RACC, appreciate you doing this for the community, even if some of us don't get picked. Thank you for the support. And yeah, we hope that even if your channel is not picked, the fact that we looked at modeling channels, coin channels, a lot of gaming channels, a couple of music channels, a travel channel, that you take some value from that audit if it's related to your content. And yeah, just thank you again, JMS, for all of the super stickers that you gave us. In the time that we have left, we're going to say goodbye to a few people, but don't forget, if you enjoyed this live stream and it's the first time here, because we have more than usual here, subscribe to the channel. We do these live streams every single Tuesday and audit your channels, but we also have lots more awesome content on VidIQ. If you haven't downloaded the VidIQ channel, which gives you a 24/7 channel audit, then make sure to do so. And if you want to do more further learning to grow your YouTube channel, we have the VidIQ Academy as well. We'll start with Travis, who's going to say goodbye to the following people.
Artist Haven, Super User Tech Mods, Joe Plays. Oh, here we go. Brendan Walters. I saw Paul Peck Drywall was in there. SMA Studios. Here we go. And I'm going to leave a big hot mess to you here in a second. Let me wait until it goes faster.
Dan, do you want to chime in before it turns into a horrible mess?
Brendan Walters, Scarfed.
All right, Dan's given up already. Goodbye to Bragion, BA Fast via Lazy Pod, M. Buguai. I'm trying to pronounce all the really difficult ones. Caracola Bella is also in the house. I'm new. Joe Plays, Scarfed, Crash, Drive. No, I think I've merged 2 channels together there as I was trying to read them out. Larissa Vroman, Joe Plays, SMA Studios, and everybody who's been here on the weekly channel audit. Time is the most important currency on the YouTube platform, in my opinion, and you just spent 2 hours with us, and we hope that we gave you a lot of value that you can add to your channels to grow them. Make sure that you give the same amount of value to your audience, and they will come back to watch more. Travis, you're on screen, so you need to do the wavy bye-bye thing. As I say, goodbye to you all. We'll see you next week. Enjoy the rest of your video.